And welcome back to Inner Peace Place. I'm Karen. Today's topic is manipulation. Stop manipulating other people. That'd be easy just to stop, right? Yeah, piece of cake. I can do that. Well, our personality self feels the need to manipulate people because it gives it an illusion of being powerful. Our ego interprets control of other people as an important skill set. It actually strives to learn how to work people. I can get this person to do this if I say it this way. I can get this person to do that on certain days, but not other days. So in other words, you're constantly analyzing, how can I manipulate this situation? How can I shift what that person's doing into something that brings me joy? Aren't we talented? You can try doing this through different ways. You can pout until you get your way. You can get angry. You can make them feel guilty for not doing what you want, or brute force. Make them do what you want. But one of the things we have to remember is that manipulation of others to get them to change a behavior doesn't result in growth for them. And it certainly isn't a side effect of your growth towards a more peace-filled life. They are not going to, that person that you're trying to influence is not going to obtain any new ways of thinking or behaving when they are manipulated to do what you want them to do. Manipulation or control of others causes chaos for both the receiver as well as the sender. Most forms of advice, if you break it down with honest eyes and an honest heart, have some sort of manipulation embedded in it. So what do we want to do? Well, ideally, don't control other people. But, that's hard, especially if children, we're trying to teach them. We want them to learn new behaviors or new habits. So what do we need to do? We have to be still first. We have to invest in our skills of communicating with others without allowing the behaviors of our past manipulation skills to creep in. And even as we make this intention, it will still happen because that's a very powerful energy, controlling others. You want them to eat cereal in the morning and not put 14 scoops of sugar on it. So it can be something like that. It can be all the way up to maybe how someone drives and makes you uncomfortable, or bigger, so we can keep going and going and going on this. So as you are about to offer advice or direction to another individual, find the source of it. Where is it coming from? If it's not coming from your heart center, it will come out wrong. Despite your intention, if it's not coming from your heart center, it will be perceived as control by the other individual. Even though you're sitting there going, oh no, I'm not controlling. I'm just offering advice. Yes, I'm good. Well, they can see right through that. They feel it. They feel control. They feel it in their body. Even if they don't verbalize it that way, they feel that they're being controlled. Certain personalities react to this more readily than others. Some personalities that you're not manipulating will feel judged by a look, much less words. And so you learn as you've grown, hopefully, you're obviously an adult if you're watching this, or teenager even. How do I encourage people that are around me to do what I need them to do? You learn, first of all, that you can say the same exact words with the same intention, with the same intonation, and two people will totally get it differently. One person will feel attacked, and the other person will go, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and go on about doing whatever. So the receiver is a big part of this. You're offering. Is there someone that really is able to receive what you're offering? By asking for guidance and going through your heart center, you may be able to fine-tune your manipulation into one of observation first. Observe what's really going on through fresh eyes, through your connection, your awareness of your connection with the all that is. So observe first. That's always, always, always the first step of this work. To bring joy into your life, you will not be able to do that through manipulating the people around you. It just is not going to happen. There's too much negative downward flowing energy embedded in that. No matter how innocent you may think what you're about to say is. So you've observed, you're now in a state of observation. The individual is doing something, let's say, that you need them to not do, or you want them to not do anymore. You're in the moment, and when you are in this state, you may realize that you really don't need to say anything, and you don't need to give them the look. Because many times when you're in the moment, their options are influenced. What they choose to do or focus on might be influenced by your peace. Now, initially, they will be shocked that you're not doing this. And so they may think you're trying to trick them, manipulate them into doing something. But once you've learned to do this enough, once you get into this space enough, your options will change, and that might, in and of itself, help that individual see more variety in their options on what to do in this situation. You may not need to say a word. Nonverbal communication is very powerful. And you want to know if this person has walls of protection, emotional protection, you won't get through those walls. They're very sophisticated walls. And so you really do need to step back and think, geez, Louise, do I even need to shift what they're doing? Do I need to put my thoughts out there? Are they hurting anyone, including themselves, which might be okay? That's a hard one. But if there's no danger involved, maybe you just don't say anything. And the reason is this. You've probably already said it 40,000 times in the past anyway, especially if it's a close relation to you. They know what you want them to do. And if you can accept them for who they are, what they do, so in other words, there's a love flow going, no judgment, then that in and of itself may be enough to shift them from doing the behavior that you didn't want them to do. Now, that's only if they also, part of them agrees that really they shouldn't be doing that behavior. So that's one thing. You're centered, your heart center is sending love energies without judgment. Now, manipulation comes at a price. I've already said that, to you as well as the other person. And the person that interprets everything you say or do as a negative thing, it might not be a person that you're going to be able to influence in an uplifting manner for a long time. It may take a long time for them to learn to trust, long enough to pull those walls down just a little, to be able to really hear what you're saying. So don't judge the outcome. Be patient. Be patient with yourself to learn not to try to manipulate others. And be patient with the receiver person for not trusting that you're not manipulating them. You're not saying anything, so you must be trying to control me. It is difficult. It's a game, in a way. It's an ego-based game. Their walls, your ego. So being around certain people, it's important to make a connection, make that awareness of your connection very thoroughly so that you can come from your heart center with your actions and your words. If somebody in your life has those really thick walls of protection for you, maybe not for everyone, but just you, it is not a reflection of you. It's their life. It is them. They see the world through different eyes than you do, and that's okay. How do we allow them to be who they are? Lovingly, honestly, respecting them as the human that they are. Connecting with the parts of them that bring you joy, that kind of make you giggle a little bit. There are parts of those feelings in everyone that you've attracted into your life, or the children that you've had. You can find them. Find those parts of that individual and focus on that rather than what they're doing that you feel you need to change. It is their life path. Now, we're not talking about the 2-year-old that is, putting their hand on the stove. I'm talking about something that occurs over and over in a long-term relationship that you want to guilt them and to stop doing, to make them not do it anymore. Guilt, fear-based actions, reactive behavior on your part will not change them. Come from a new space. It couldn't hurt. Come from your heart center and see if your habit of manipulating other people to do what you need to have them do, what you feel that they should be doing. That's your choice. That's your vision. See if that habit can slowly go away over time. If you are in a place and you feel that meditation might be good for you, I will put in the link below the group that I do guided meditations with. There's also some music options to listen to kind of get you in a good place. Especially if someone's coming into your life, coming over to visit or whatever, that you know that you might fall back into habit. Get in a good space. Open your heart center. Love and light to you and your path, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.